Welcome back, everyone, to a day 2 of some OFSAA Ultimate Frisbee action here at Richardson Stadium in Kingston, Ontario. Look forward to bringing you day 2 action here. These are going to be our consolation matchups as well as our championship round matchups, all part of the bracket round today. And at the end of the day, we will crown our gold medal champion. In the first game here, we're going to have the Markville Mavericks versus Havercrest, and this is going to be a consolation bracket match. Saw both of these teams yesterday. Both of these teams losing their games that we saw here on the stream. So we'll see how they fare against each other. Havercrest working down the far side of the field, centralizing the disc. Looking for options here. Havercrest is threatening, getting close to the end zone already. They swing that wide, sling it to the near side, and that's a point for Havercrest already. Havercrest striking first to take an early 1-0 lead in this game. I'm Josh Miles. I'm joined along Grant Newman. And Grant, what do you think about the matchups for today? What do you think we're going to see a lot of?
Well, Josh, we've seen both of these teams before yesterday, and we know that they have strong ability. They have good potential, so I think this is going to be a close matchup. I believe they had similar scores in the round robin, so I think we're in for an interesting one here.
Definitely, and as we progress through the day, we're going to get later and later into the bracket rounds, and so we're going to be seeing better and better teams be playing. Right now, Havercrest coach coming out to talk to the team while they wait for the Mavericks to line up again. One thing you noticed yesterday is Havercrest coaching staff definitely seems to like to come out onto the field directly and talk to the team at every chance possible. And Havercrest gets ready to pull the disc. Going over some last minute strategy, and the disc is pulled. Disc settling at the 30, but we seem to have a stoppage here. And we're going to have to see a repull of the disc. As I believe it was the improper player threw the disc on the pull, so they will have to do it again. Disc is pulled, settling around between the 45 and 50. Now the Mavericks will start with possession. Mavericks looking for option, drops it back, working up the far side. Some quick passes here. Takes a knee after slipping, but recovers. That's intercepted and blocked down there by Havercrest, and now Havercrest will take over on possession, slinging it to the near side. Player seemed to lose a glove there and had to throw it off to the side. Havercrest player drops the disc on the 40, and now the Mavericks will get a chance to threaten here, approaching the end zone. Chan looking for options, slings the disc far into the near side, and it's caught for a point for the Mavericks. A beautiful throw there from Chan, and an excellent catch there to tie up the game 1-1. Grant, what did you think of that play there?
Well, it's another good example of how losing possession of the disc in your own end can be such a threat, as the Havercrest player fumbled the disc, and that gave the Mavericks a prime opportunity to get a point there, and it worked out for them, and it was just a beautiful throw into the end zone.
Indeed, you definitely want to be avoiding those defensive turnovers deep in your own zone. Because when those happen, you give your opponent prime opportunities to cash in on mistakes. Once again, team strategizing. Havercrest coach is out strategizing with the team as well. As you prepare to pull the disc. It's a nice, warm, sunny day here at Richardson Stadium again. A little bit more clouds than yesterday, but not any meaningful clouds that cover up the sun. So definitely a scorcher out here. We'll see how that affects the games throughout the day. Havercrest with possession in center field. Tries to sling that one into a centralized location, but unable to be picked up by the Havercrest teammates, and it'll be a turnover. But players calling some of their own rules down there for the spirit of the game, and it looks like Havercrest will retain possession on a little bit of catch interference. A long ranger pass is denied by number 33 for the Mavericks. Way to get back on defense. Dangerous opportunity. We had two Havercrest players deep into the end zone with a prime opportunity to catch that. A beautiful pass, but getting back in time is number 33 for the Mavericks to slap that one away just in time. Now, from the near side, dishing that one around. Mavericks deep in their own end, almost fumbles it, but manages to come back up with it. Hammer throw into a center location, makes it through. Advancing up the field now is the Mavericks. Mavericks disc carry being covered by three defenders. But Mavericks with some nice pass work avoid the trap. Unfortunately, the disc is thrown way too high up into the air, and it glides around and is able to be slapped down there by Havercrest. And now Havercrest will take over on the attack, dishing it down the near side, trying to fire it even further down the near side, but not enough curve on it to get it to a teammate, and that one sails out of bounds. Disc is thrown. That one settling out of bounds around center field. Games in this OFSAA tournament are played 1st to 13. Half-times are taken at the first team to get 7 points. Or if we reach halfway between the time limit we have for these games, as there are several teams here today that all need to play on the same field, so there is some time constraints, even though Ultimate is typically a game played to a score victory. Dishing off is the Mavericks, working the near side of the field, trying to be boxed in there, and an unfortunate pass just bounces right off the hands of number 15 for the Mavericks, and now Havercrest will take over possession far into the Maverick zone. A nice jumping catch there puts Havercrest up by 1 here as they take a 2-1 lead. So some excellent passing work there from Havercrest, but Grant, that play doesn't start there without the defensive structure, wouldn't you say so?
100%, Josh. I think Havercrest have their structure down. They seem to be playing 3 players on the handler, on the player with the disc, and they're trying to trap that person in. They're trying to take away the options while sacrificing coverage on some people further downfield, and it's working out for them because they're getting nice and close to the handler, and they're forcing them to make those challenging passes. Now, if the Mavericks want to use that to their advantage, they need to be making quick passes before Havercrest can set up their defensive shape, because when they're making a quick play, that's when you can find those openings further down the field.
For sure, the longer time you give the defense of Havercrest or any other team that we're going to see here today that plays this kind of high pressure, oppressive structure against the carrier, you always need to make sure you're dishing that disc rapidly so you never get pinned down, especially when they try and force you out to the sides. See the Mavericks prepare to get set up on their line to receive the pull. Havercrest coach once again talking to the team as they prepare to pull the disc. 2-1 is the current score in favor of Havercrest. Both teams playing pretty well so far. Both making some good passes, both playing some solid defense. It's back. Disc is pulled, and that one rolling on its side all the way into center field. Mavericks will take their time to come pick that one up. Mavericks pick up, dish it back. Faking some plays. Nice fake passing moves there. Dishing it back is the Mavericks. Trying to set up here. Triangle coverage there from the defenders of Havercrest. Able to drop it back, gain some space. Dishes it over, centralized. Chan with it now. Chan dishing it over the heads of some of the Havercrest players. And some beautiful passing work there up the near side. Ties up the game. Mavericks 2, Havercrest 2. And that's just some beautiful passing work there, Grant, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, 100% there. The reason that point was scored is because they broke through the Havercrest defense, making some quick passes at the top near the center field. And when Havercrest couldn't get back there in time, that's when I believe Wang took that log throw looking to his teammate downfield, and that was a great goal. A perfect example of how you can use that 3-man coverage to your advantage.
Definitely. If you can find your way around that triangular coverage there, it is shockingly easy how many people are left open for your passes. The initial difficulty comes from getting it out of that spot, but once you do, there's almost guarantees you a couple pass lines there, which they found up the near side. Team ready for the pull. Disc is sent all the way to center field. Curls back and lands basically dead center. Disc is slinged far and wide, and it's going to be a long throw and beautiful catch there for Havercrest, and that puts Havercrest back up by 1. A nice, beautiful play that I believe was set by the coach, and that just it worked out beautifully. I don't think the Mavericks really picked up that they had a couple runners slip behind them. Don't you think, Grant?
Yeah, you can definitely tell that that play was calculated, and they planned that before the disc was pulled. Some great coaching from Havercrest there. A beautiful play.
For sure. A very quick point gain there by Havercrest with that long-range pass and an amazing catch there as well. Both teams once again lining up. Havercrest will be pulling the disc to the Mavericks. Here's the pull. That one sailing pretty shallow, but does end up hitting its side and rolling forward all the way up to the 50 in their own zone. And now the Mavericks will take possession. Chan with it. Slings that one down the near side. That one is going to be carried away all the way out of bounds out to the right. No play chance there.
That's the right idea from Chan. I like that look. Seeing his teammate downfield, just a bit too much height on that one there, and unfortunately it goes out.
Havercrest will have possession in their own end. They dish it up the near side. Looking for options now. Looking for 92. Finds him. 92 dishing it around, swinging the field. Havercrest moving up the far side of the field now. Looking for options. Finds a shallow pass. Havercrest still working in their own end. 13 with it now. Tries to dish that one, but it gets blocked by two separate defenders. Tried to make a pass on the move, but defenders stuck with their checks and didn't let any player slip through. Mavericks on the attack now. Chan with it, looking for options. Dishes the disc over there to number 13. 13 with it now, threatening that end zone. Finds a player who is in the end zone, and number 20 will make a nice catch there to get the Mavericks all tied up at 3 apiece. And again, Grant, I think that's just a showcase of how defense can generate offense there. A nice, beautiful play there, and great read by the defense of the Mavericks up by the center field to create that turnover before they were able to launch their attack.
100% agree with you there, Josh. The Mavericks are playing a man-to-man style of defense today, and it's working out for them as they're just beating Havercrest to the disc on many passes.
For sure. Both teams lined up once more for the disc bowl. Coach for Havercrest back out once more talking. Game is tied up at 3 apiece here in the first half. Havercrest still strategizing here. Finally ready to receive the pull. It'll be pulled by the Mavericks. That one floating high in the air and hooking backwards out of bounds. It's going to start on the 45 here for Havercrest. Havercrest dishing a nice long throw, however, unable to receive it is number 14. Just a little too high and a little too much velo on that one and couldn't catch up. Mavericks will start with possession in their own end. Basteau is looking for an option here. Hammer throw over the heads of several Havercrest defenders. Nice short passes here from the Mavericks. Basteau's ladder pass with a teammate, and then a huge hammer throw over the heads of all defenders, but able to intercept there is Havercrest number 73. Way to get back on the play tips that, pops that one upwards, and then jumps again to steal it. Beautiful defensive play there. Saves a point. Dish low there by Havercrest. Havercrest looking around. 9's looking for some options. Dishes it near side. Havercrest working up the near side of the field. Number 3 with it now. Sends one over the heads of the defenders, but unable to get to it is number 9. Just curled a little bit too much in front of him, and he couldn't get to that one quite in time. Mavericks will return onto the attack, starting from their own end zone line. Needs help here, dishes it backwards into his own end zone. Bastos working up the side. Bastos hammer throw over, a nice one-handed grab from number 15 to keep it alive. Bastos once again by the far side corner, being boxed in by three defenders, needs help here. Manages to swing it and dishes it outwards. High throw, but Wang has got that one. Bastos again. Looking for options, being pinned down again, needs help again. Fine, dishes that one through. Number 21 grabs it. 21 needs help, dishes back to Bastos. Bastos to Chang. Back to Bastos. Bastos up to Wang. Back to Bastos. Tries to dish one long, but a nice big jump block there from number 73 of Havercrest denies that opportunity. That one slung up the near side, running for it, but Bastos is back to slap that one away. Bastos looking for option. Hammer throw across to the other side of the field. Excellent catch there by Wang. Wang dishes back to Bastos. Bastos look for option. Huge hammer throw over the heads of everyone, and that one sails way out of bounds to the right. Both teams playing quite well so far. Tied at 3 apiece. Pretty even game so far. A lot of good opportunities. Plenty of good defense. This game is going to be exciting all the way to the end. Dishing up the far side, but that one is blocked by number 2. Mavericks back on the attack, trying to dish that one up the near side. Snagged there by number 33. Back to Bastos here. We'll see if the Mavericks attempt to centralize the disc or if they'll try and work up the sides more. Jump catch attempt is able to be grabbed on the second attempt. Bastos will receive the disc once again. A self-called infraction there. Bastos dishes that one up into the air, unable to be grabbed after a stalwart defensive play by number 13 for Havercrest to jump and block that one. Long pass dished around, intercepted by Bastos at the 50. Bastos looking for options, has Chang. Chang dishes that one to the far side. Slinging that disc around the far side now are the Mavericks. Bastos cutting in. Bastos needs an option, tries to find Chang, but dropped pass there, and the Mavericks will have to hustle back on defense. That one sent far, caught by Havercrest. Havercrest running in, slid for and caught, but it just didn't make it into the end zone quite yet. So Havercrest will still have to try and attempt to get it in, and they do. Havercrest, after what felt like a long, long time, finally has the lead once again. Grant, what have you thought about the play from both of these teams so far?
Well, I think that both teams have made the right decision choosing what defense they want to play. I think that overall Mavericks are a faster team. They have more pace than them. And I think that when you aren't as quick as your opposition, it's a good idea to play more of a zone-style defense, trying to trap the play in, forcing it to the sides. And the Mavericks know that they're a faster team, so they're going to play man-to-man defense because they know they're going to be able to outpace the other player to the disc oftentimes. So I think both teams are playing a solid defensive game so far.
And yes, that solid defensive game that you were mentioning has definitely led to the decrease in the scoring frequency compared to what we were seeing yesterday. Yesterday, we were seeing a lot of games take huge leads. It would be a 1-1, and then all of a sudden 4-1, and then 7-2, but this one is 4-3, and the scoring is going back and forth each way, and we've seen a lot of great defensive plays and just all-around good Frisbee here. Disc is pulled by Havercrest. That one will settle right around the 46. Mavericks taking their time. Just trying to set their play. Chan cutting wide. It'll be dished into the middle. Center. Sent far. Running for it. And caught there by number 24. Beautiful run on to the catch. Has to find an option now. Needs help. Slings it back to 13. 13 looking for options now. Tries to find someone in the end zone, but the catch is just missed as it slips through the fingers. And Havercrest getting lucky there and avoids getting scored on. Havercrest sends one far into the air. Jump block there from Chan prevents the catch. Mavericks working up the far side. Again, threatening that end zone, but needs to find someone open and hasn't been able to so far. Number 13 has it now. Dishing it in. Caught. Towards the end zone now, and that one just a little too low and a little too wide, and that one stays away as well. Need his help here on the near side. Has to dish it back. Trying to fire that one somewhere, but needs help again. Near side, good defensive plays here from the Mavericks. Really forcing out some less than stellar passes here in directions that the Mavericks don't mind Havercrest going, and that's back. Pass unable to be received here, and the Mavericks will have an opportunity in the Havercrest side of the field. Chan with it. Throws it in. Jump for high. And a nice sliding block there from number 6 on Havercrest. Prevents the Mavericks from getting it. And here's number 6 trying to go after the disc. Jumping, but that one's intercepted there from Chan. Chan dishing that one up to Deng. Deng sends that one over to Sinclair. Sinclair to Chan. All right, there's 2 Chans on the field for the Mavericks. And Chan at number 6 and Chan for number 26 as well. Number 26 is Owen Chan, and number 6 is Nolan Chan. Looking for options here, Havercrest is. Still stuck in their own half of the field. And a nice huge block there from Deng. Picked up by Nolan Chan. Dishes that one over, and a nice one-handed jump catch there from Deng. And this game is all tied up at 4 apiece. Both teams playing some solid offense and defense. And Grant, what have you thought about both teams in general this game?
I think that the Mavericks are starting to turn up the heat a little bit more. Even though it's tied, I think they're starting to find some momentum, gaining a bit of an advantage because they've been locking Havercrest down on defense and some really good awareness there for that last point, trusting that his teammate will be on the right side and trusting that she's going to beat her opponent. A good play from the Mavericks there. But Havercrest is still playing a solid game as well. This is the closest match so far that we've seen, and I'm loving it.
Definitely a close game here. It is 9:03 currently. Game scheduled to run until 9:45. As we've gotten about halfway through the game, we are seeing the time-induced halftime here, so we will be back shortly. are back from halftime, getting started once more. With the Mavericks starting with possession here. Mavericks, Liao to Chan. Chan looking for options. It's Nolan Chan dishing it back to Owen Chan. Now it's being dished in and caught by Nolan Chan, who scores the first point of the second half in favor of the Mavericks. Mavericks taking a 1-point lead here to start the second half, 5-4. Both teams playing a pretty even game so far. 5-4 is the score, of course, in the second half. Remember, we will be streaming all day OFSAA Ultimate Frisbee action here until 4 p.m., where we will be streaming the gold medal game with its participants obviously yet to be determined. And those games will be streaming all day to determine the participants of said gold medal game. Disc is pulled and is going to settle right at the 47. Havercrest picking that one up. Number 3 looking for options here. Dishes it back to number 6. Who dishes it low. Has to be dove on, but it is caught. Back to number 2. Number 2 dishing it in. Trying to dish it around. And doesn't intercept it or get a piece of it, but I think the flying screen there, the moving screen from number 15, prevented the Havercrest player from truly seeing where the disc was going and wasn't unable to catch it. That one sent far to number 57 for the Mavericks. Mavericks working up that far side. Bastos with it right now. Bastos and the squad that's out right now for the Mavericks always like to play fast and play intense. Tries to drop it back to Bastos, but it is turned over, and Bastos will chase his check all the way back down, and Havercrest is moving down the middle field. Tries to sling that one in, but it is smacked away there by number 57 for the Mavericks. Immediately turned over once again there. Havercrest threatening here, close to the end zone. Reaching the end of the stall count, has to make a throw, does so, and that is into the end zone. Havercrest picks up another point there, and we are just seeing alternating scoring back and forth. 5-5 is the current score. Grant, why do you think we're seeing just such an even matchup this game?
I mean, both teams, we've seen them play before, and I think this is the best they've both played in this tournament so far. They're both very consistent, and both teams seem to be very in sync with each other, especially Havercrest. I think their coach coming out, strategizing with them before every pull has been helping them a lot. Also, I just want to bring attention to the fact that Havercrest and the Mavericks seem to have changed up their defense. Havercrest switching to a man-to-man defense, and the Mavericks, at the start, they seem to be playing a 3-man zone defense, but now maybe they've switched back to man-to-man. I'm not quite sure. I think that the last point occurred because maybe there's just a little bit of confusion between the Mavericks setting up their defense, but who knows really. Regardless, that's a good point from Havercrest.
And once again, as mentioned there's the Havercrest coach out with the team discussing strategy before the poll. Now, Havercrest preparing to pull the disc. Mavericks are ready. And here's the pull. Disc sailing, landing all the way at the 50. So the Mavericks will have to start their campaign from the 50 within their own end. Long throw there, run onto and caught by number 23. However, it's just barely caught outside the end zone. And now the official getting involved. Sinclair with the disc right now, preparing to start. Game's on once again. Pass over the head of the Havercrest defender, but unable to be caught there by the Mavericks. And Havercrest catches a lucky break there. Havercrest with it right now, dishing it around. Still looking for options here. Finds 92, who bobbles it, but does manage to end up catching it in the end. Who throws it all the way to 85. Here comes a fast breakout for Havercrest, but they hesitate a little, and their advantage is gone. And that is Chan back there to slap the disc down, and he sends a long throw that's dove for, but unable to be caught. Disc thrown in towards center field. Mavericks intercepting. And a little bit of a throw there from Chan, a little too far ahead of the teammate and unable to be run onto and caught. Havercrest dishing that one. Tries to go to the far side, but that pass way too low. Mavericks threatening here, almost into the end zone, and unable to be caught after a stellar defensive play to get back for Havercrest. Havercrest surviving several dangerous chances there from the Mavericks, just barely, but they survive them nonetheless, and the score remains tied at 5 apiece. Tries to sling that one far and down the field, but it is intercepted by Chan. Mavericks threatening once again. Slings that one far, and Chan is able to run and catch that one. Mavericks take a 1-point lead. Grant, what do you think it does for just the Mavericks' morale for having so many good golden chances there, unable to capitalize on several of them, but then finally getting that point?
Well, Josh, even if you're not gaining a point on plays like that. So many previous plays. There was so many chances for the Mavericks. And, that just makes you realize that you can destroy these guys with just kind of some unlucky chances there. They have the right idea, and they're playing very well. They're playing in sync. They're very fast. So if I'm on the Mavericks right now, I'm feeling very confident about this game moving forward.
For sure, and yeah, like you may not capitalize on everything, but if you're getting all these dangerous chances, it's bound to happen at some point. And if you're getting all these dangerous chances in the first place, you have to be playing well. A very hot day here at the stadium. Only 9:18 in the morning, but it already feels like a hot afternoon. It feels like 22 degrees here. Disc drops there on the 45. That one dished around. Number 3 for Havercrest with it. Slinging that forward on the near side. Run onto and caught. Tries to sling that one up the near side again, but just unable to reach it is the Havercrest teammate. And now the Mavericks will get to go back the other way. And we'll see if they can take a larger lead here. Up 6-5 right now. We haven't really seen any larger leads this game. The game started off 2-0 Havercrest, but then the Mavericks quickly came back, and ever since then it's either been tied or only a differential of 1. Mavericks deep in their own end. Bastos with it now in his own end zone. Has to be really careful here. Slings that one low and caught by number 20. 20 throws that one over to Bastos. Bastos making an elite one-handed grab. Tries to dish that one backwards, but the wind carries it away. Well, thankfully, it's read beautifully by a teammate who, unfortunately, on her pass attempt, hooks that one into the wind and it carries backwards. And now Havercrest will have a dangerous opportunity to strike here. Dishing that one across, and that'll be a point for Havercrest. Havercrest right back into this one. Game tied at 6-6. Mavericks taking their time to walk back to the line. Havercrest coach, once again, talking to the team. Both coaches out talking to the team. Both teams taking their time. Not too much time left in this game here. Disc is finally pulled there by Havercrest, whose pull lands right on the 40. That'll be dished laterally to Chan, pardon me. Chan tries to throw that one over to the far side, or pardon me, the near side. Fortunately, the pass misses. Pass misses Wang, and now Havercrest gets to take over. Havercrest working the far side right now. We'll see if they try and swing back the other way. Havercrest with control in center field. Slings that one far, but over the head of 85, who can't jump and catch that one as it's way too high. Chan with it right now, dishing that one over. But caught out of bounds, and so it'll be a turnover back to Havercrest. Havercrest trying to work it in towards the center. No one available for to receive a pass. Finally is number 2 cutting in. Dishes that one back to number 2, trying to switch the field. Finds 13 surveying. Dishes that one in through number 2. It takes a wobble, but it makes it there in the end. Back to 13 on the far side, who zips one down the ground into the end zone. However, they are going to declare that that did touch the ground, which it did look like it did. So the Mavericks get a lucky break there and get to take over on possession with Chan with it now. Chan looking around, needs options here. Turned over deep in the Maverick zone. Havercrest with an opportunity to score here. Dishes that one into the center. A good position here for Havercrest here in the center. The throw out towards the far side is unable to be caught, even with the diving effort there. Just unfortunate. And Grant, what have you thought about the pressure here from Havercrest against the Mavericks here in their own end?
I think the biggest thing that's giving them so much pressure right now is communication. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but they are screaming for the disc sometimes, communicating, trying to let their handler know where they are, and it's working out for them as they have a lot of pressure right now.
For sure. Mavericks with possession right now. We'll see if they can escape their own end. Chan with it. Needs an option here. Opts for the long-range hammer throw. That one's smacked down by Havercrest, and Havercrest will take over starting from their side of the field. And that one, number 22, for the Mavericks got a piece of that pass, and now the Mavericks will go back on the attack. Some nice foot that worked there from the Mavericks. One-handed grab, number 33. Looking for 26, who's running all the way to the end zone, but he's covered. Slings it down anyway, trying for the far throw, just barely unable to get to it. Like the idea, though. Still tied up here at 6 apiece in the second half. Not too much time left to go here. Havercrest catching that one. Tries to dish that one up the near side, but Deng, with a nice block there. Dishes that one off to Chan. Chan looking for options here, needs help. Tries to dish that one and swing the field, but just unable to get any vertical height on the disc there, and that one runs right into the ground. Havercrest heading back the other way. Long range throw, but that one takes a spin the wrong way and just rolls all the way into the other game's field. Mavericks on the attack now. Chan catching that inbound. Number 33 with it. Wang calling for it, receives the pass, dishes it back to Chan, who has to dive on it to catch. Chan surveying, looking for options here, dishes it off to the other Chan, who finds Chang. Chang back to Chan, and Chan back to Chang, but unable to catch that one. There is Chang, as that pass from Chan was just a little too far forward. But again, like the idea, and both teams have had some dangerous opportunities here. Havercrest with possession, trying to send that one the length of the field, but slapped down with authority by Chan. That disc thrown way up into the air, tries to dive for it there, but unable to receive it. Again, the Mavericks with several attempts here, but Darren was just unable to get to that one. So it's just a little bit too high. Havercrest with the opportunity to go long here, misses the mark, and it's another turnover. Both teams committing several turnovers here. Chan retrieves the disc. Preparing to inbound it. That one dished up there to Deng. Deng surveying for options. Needs help here. Stall count is increasing. Drops it back to Chan. Chan finds the other Chan. Not sure if there's any relation between the Chans. Number 3 for Havercrest with the disc now. Looking for options here. Slings that one up, but denied there by number 11 from the Mavericks. That pass did not go where it wanted. Now another long-range attempt there from the Mavericks goes awry. Still tied up at 6 apiece here with not much time left to go. Saucer is dished up the near side. Ikaria playing some strong defense on Havercrest number 3, and then Wang with the block there on the pass. Just some great overall defense from both teams so far. Mavericks make a big defensive play here, and Deng throws the long ranger. That one floating and carrying away in the air, and it just carries away from the receivers as that one floats all the way out to the right. Havercrest looking to throw it in, but unable to do so, and now the disc lands in a very dangerous location. Just 2 yards outside the end zone. The Mavericks threatening here, and they score. After what feels like forever, a point is finally scored on the catch there from Chan, but now the referee is intervening. And it looks like the call is overturned. And the Mavericks will be back to a score of 6. Still in the very threatening position, though. And very quickly, they score again to take that 7-6 lead. Now, with not much time remaining here, Havercrest is going to have to hustle if they want to stay alive here. Both teams waiting here. Coach out once again, just talking to the Havercrest players. Still waiting on the pull. Disc is pulled and lands in center field. Havercrest with the Hail Mary throw and unable to be caught and doing a backwards somersault as one of the Havercrest players trying to catch that and very nearly did. Grant, what did you think about that effort there?
Love to see it, Josh. You can really tell that Havercrest, they want to win this game. They want to keep playing the game that they love. And this has been such an intense battle today. What a way to start off the first game of the Championship Wednesday.
Indeed, unfortunately for both of these teams, no matter how this game goes, they are in our consolation bracket. But they have to remember, this is OFSAA. It's very difficult to get here in the first place. And the fact that they're here competing in the first place is already a huge win for their school that they're representing. So no matter where they finish, whether it's in the consolation bracket or it was in our championship bracket, they have to be proud of the performance that they put on here at OFSAA. Remember, all the teams here are the best in Ontario. A lot of talent on the fields. Unable to receive that. There is the Mavericks. And now Havercrest threatening here with time winding down. They have to make something happen on one of these plays. Needs help here. Dishes off to number 2. Number 2 in a central location. Has many options available. Finds number 13 who dishes up the near side. That's caught. Havercrest Havercrest coach telling them to make space. Needs to cut away. Needs help here. Stall count increasing. Sends that forward, and it's caught in the end zone. And Havercrest has tied this game up. Absolutely incredible work there from Havercrest to tie this game up with not that much time remaining. I do not believe for our bracket rounds our games can end in ties. So I am not 100% sure how it will affect our schedule. But we know we need a winner in this game. Both teams have to go over some strategy here as they approach what is probably the game-winning point. And the disc is pulled here, landing in center field, but then rolling on its side out of bounds. Chan on the sidelines, looking for an option, dishes it into Deng. Deng sends that one forward for Bastos. Bastos running, diving, can't receive it. Just a little too much velo on the disc there. Now, Havercrest with the opportunity to go on the attack here. Remember, every possession now is critical, as it could be the game winner. Havercrest turns it over to the Mavericks. Dang with it. Sends that one on to Sinclair. Sinclair looking for options, needs to find some space. Sends that one out to the far side where Chen is waiting for it. Chan fakes the throw back to Sinclair, but dishes it in towards Dang. Dang with it in the center of the field. Slims that one over there to Chan. Chen sends that one back over to Dang. Dang to Bastos. Bastos with the hammer throw up, and Chan has got it. What a play there from the Mavericks. And that will do it. The Mavericks defeat Havercrest 8-7 in the extra time provided in sudden death. Here, the Mavericks take it 8-7. Grant, what did you think of that game there?
Oh, such a close, evenly matched game. The best one I've seen all week so far. Love to see the strategy from the Havercrest coach. I think it helped them improve a lot more compared to yesterday when we saw them, and the Mavericks were just so fast, so in sync, and that's what helped them just barely pull off this victory. Amazing game to start off the day.
Yes, just amazing. But don't go anywhere, because literally right after this game, we are going to be broadcasting our next game here between Bowmanville and Woodlands. So you're not going to want to miss that. So thank you for watching Mavericks versus Havercrest, and we will see you